hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing, yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie, and I have all new Christmas Dollar Tree DIYs for you, all with a little bit of a Scandinavian Christmas feel. And you're going to want to subscribe now because we're going to have a Crafty Beach giveaway in today's video, and I'm giving away some really great items, so stay tuned for more details. Let's get started with the crafting. For the first DIY, I wanted to make like a little Scandinavian inspired box Christmas tree. And I thought one of these little triangle signs from the Dollar Tree would be perfect. Now, I've crafted with these before, and usually if you can just find a corner, a little bit of loose glue, you can just pop the backs off. You can cover them with whatever you want. But man, this one was made well. I tried that. I tried heat. Nothing was going to take this off. And then I'm like, you know what? It's probably nailed on. So I'm just going to use a hammer and I'm going to tap on the sign, and that totally popped it right off. So to save you some time, because I was struggling with that one. Now, once I get it off, I'm going to kind of clean up some of the ripped paper that kind of came off with it too. I don't want any of that to be visible. And what I want to do is make it into a Christmas tree with like cutouts and like a cool pattern that you would see like in Scandinavian Christmas decor. But I'm actually going to give a little coastal twist to mine. That's one reason I really love like the Scandinavian and the Hygge feel, is because it goes so nicely with coastal and it's very similar. Lots of woods, lots of white, lots of greenery. And so the wood frame on this is perfect. Now I'm going to go into my Cricut to cut the paper, and I wanted to show you how I did this in case you're not too sure about your Cricut design space. You can go in there and just choose a free shape, like I chose a free triangle, and I measured it, and you can make it a custom size. Mine happened to be square, but if it's not, you could always just unlock that and make it whatever size you need it to be. Now, I told you I was going to do a coastal version on mine, and I'll be sure to share this project in the description below if you want to do a coastal version as well. But I kind of want to show you how I put mine all together because I know my way around Cricut design space. I wouldn't say I'm fantastic at it, but I know how to do some really fun things. So I'm going to show you how I put this together. So I picked just a simple, seahorse silhouette and a shell. I went into contour to cut out the extra pieces from the shell because I just want it to be one cutout, something super easy. I just want coastal things. So I did a seahorse, I did a seashell, and then I thought a sea turtle would be great. So this one's really good. It's got all the detail, but it's an easy cut for my Cricut. And I kind of want to do a pattern up the Christmas tree. For the last one, I thought maybe just one more shell, and I think this one will work. So once I get them on, I just change the color of them so they're all the same color. And then I'm just going to kind of grab those, resize them, move them around wherever I want. I just want to do kind of a cool little pattern like you would see like on a Scandinavian design. And I'm going to kind of repeat the pattern going down. So one shell on top. Then we could have two little seahorses below that. And don't be afraid to play around with them and get them just like you want. And then I'm going to copy and paste. So we have 3 seashells, and then let's do 4 of the sea turtles. Once I get them all on my little triangle, which I'm not going to cut out the triangle, I'm just going to go row by row and center them vertically so they are lined up perfectly. Then I go in and grab every single one of them over here on the right, and I'm going to combine them with the weld feature. It's going to make them all one file. I select that and my triangle and hit the slice button. It's going to give me a perfect triangle cut out, right, with all of those things. I delete the other layers and I can just cut this. I'm actually going to use the glitter cardstock function because I found some glitter cardstock at Dollar Tree and we can cut it out. So whenever you're working with paper in your Cricut, you're going to want to try to use a light grip mat if you have it. It's just going to work a little bit better for you, going to be easier to get the paper off. But this glitter cardstock, look how pretty it is. It's white glitter cardstock. I got this at Dollar Tree in a little package with other colors, and I took it and cut it. So let me show you how it turned out. I'm just going to go ahead and weed off the excess cardstock. And I think my items were pretty good. The seashell had a little bit of feathering from being cut so small on the little lines that go down inside, but I was really pleased with how this worked. So I'm just going to erase this using the mat. Will automatically weed all the items out, and I have all those cool shapes too that I could reuse for another project. How cute is that, right? And it's the perfect size for our little tree. So I'll set that aside. I might use those later. And I just kind of need to attach that now to the front of the sign. So yeah, the only one I kind of had to trim up here was the seashells. They were just a little feathery because they were cut so skinny there at the end. But otherwise, all the shapes turned out pretty good. It was kind of just exactly what I wanted. And I'm making sure that I have it cut down to size, and we're actually going to make this light up. My first thought was to put LED candles in there, but I end up using Christmas lights, so I'll show you that. Since this is paper, I'm just going to use a glue stick to attach it. I thought that'd probably be plenty strong enough. And so I just put glue stick all around the edges where it's going to overlap the frame and push the glitter cardstock right on top. Now you can do this with any kind of pattern, any kind of color scheme, whatever you want. Now, you don't really have to have a trunk on them, but I kind of wanted to do a trunk, so I'm going to use some of the little mini Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree, a total of 4 here, and kind of piece those together to make a trunk. I'm going to add onto this project a little later, and I will have to kind of build this out a little bit, but this was my first attempt at a tree trunk for a little Christmas tree. So that all looks good. So now I want to work on the back. I thought if I get the back wet, it would be easier to kind of scrape off the ripped paper, and it kind of worked. I'm probably not going to get it all off, but if I can at least get anything off that's going to interfere with the next layer of paper, I think it's going to be better. Now, I also found some colored cardstock from Dollar Tree. I love it when I find colored cardstock there, or any kind of scrapbook paper at all, because it's kind of hard to find at Dollar Tree, right? And I'm going to use this beautiful like mint green color. I thought this looked really coastal. It would go great with my decor. And we're just going to cut out a simple triangle here to cover the back. That way, it's going to be lit up at night, so it's going to be really pretty. But during the day, I want it to be pretty as well. So it'll have this nice like mint green, beachy color behind all of those cutout shapes. So once I get it cut down to size, I'm just going to simply Mod Podge this on. And you can use any kind of paper glue for this as well, but I love Mod Podge, so I'm just going to do a nice coat all over and stick the cardstock right on top. Pushing that down, and then I told you I wanted to light it up. I didn't really think I was going to be able to put a back on it and do the candle, and I really kind of wanted a back on it. So we're going to use some of the little LED Christmas lights from Dollar Tree. These come in all different colors. This is the white set. And I think one strand is going to be plenty to light up this little Christmas tree box. And it's got the battery pack, so you do have to put a couple batteries in there. AA is the size on this one, and you can see how nice they light up. Now, for some reason, mine didn't have a screw on the battery pack. I don't know why, but I actually had a little screw. You know, my work desk has about everything from DIYing, and so I screwed that on to the back. Now, I kind of just want to go back and forth on this. I just need to find a way to attach the lights to the back of the Christmas tree. So I thought I should start like in the middle of the bottom. That way I can make the battery case go out behind the project. And I tried using like just some little sticky tape to attach it, and that didn't really want to work too well. I wanted something that you wouldn't really be able to see through the cutout, so I ended up using hot glue. At first I was worried that that might like kind of melt the plastic around the wires and stuff like that, but it seemed to work. I just used a little tiny dots, just kind of where I needed to position it. And you kind of have to pay attention when you're working with these, where exactly your light bulbs are going to be, so you can kind of spread those out evenly. And as you can see, I'm just kind of going back and forth Not too much because I want to cover the entire back. I probably went a little too far over to the edges because I wasn't really thinking about the frame sitting on top of there. So keep that in mind. You might want to give yourself a little clearance around the edges for your lights. And all the way to the top, just hot gluing that down just with little tiny dots of hot glue. And you'll be able to see the light strings in the daytime, but not too much. I think you'll be able to see the blue color, so that'll be pretty. And then it's just a matter of putting it all together. I found you had to be really quick with this step. I'm going to hot glue all around the edges of the little triangular tree and pop this on as fast as I can, trying to block off any light that might escape out of the back of it. Now, once I got that on there, I kind of need to figure out some way to disguise the battery pack. And I thought, you know what? I could hide it just by attaching it to the back of the tree. That would be the easiest option. So I just glued it where I could still access the batteries to change that out and glued the cord to the back. Now, I thought I was done with it, but the only thing is by adding that battery pack to the back, I kind of made it like where it wanted to tip over a little bit. So I'm going to extend that little tree trunk out a little bit more to the back here with 2 more of the little Jenga blocks, and that made it stand up perfectly. And so our first DIY is complete, a little Scandinavian Christmas tree with a coastal touch. It's got this beautiful intricate pattern cut out in the Christmas tree and very simple shape of the Christmas tree. This is how mine looks during the daytime. You can see that beautiful blue peering through. We have the natural wood there for the tree trunk and the sides of it. And this is how it looks lit up. It's so pretty. I love making Christmas DIYs that light up. I love lights for Christmas. And this would look really pretty too in the blue. They have a blue light as well in those little battery operated lights from the Dollar Tree. So again, daytime and nighttime. I love it. What do you guys think about our first DIY? Hey guys, don't forget to stick around for the Crafty Beach giveaway later on in this video. You're going to find out how you can get a whole bunch of these little glitter coral tree ornaments. I found a whole bunch at Dollar Tree and I want to share them with one lucky winner. Okay, the next DIY, I wanted to make a really cute little wood slice Christmas tree. I saw one similar for sale and it was a Scandinavian Christmas Decor. I think it's going to go perfect with my coastal decorations. And it turned out so pretty. So to start with, I'm going to use one of the little foam cones from the Dollar Tree. It's not too big, but it actually worked perfect for this. And then I want to cover the entire foam cone with masking tape. Now, there's 2 reasons why I'm doing that. I'm going to be hot gluing the wood slices from the Dollar Tree onto the foam. And so the masking tape is going to prevent it from melting the styrofoam. And the color is really nice. So if there's any gaps in between the wood slices, the color of the masking tape is going to be fine to be visible. But I was actually able to get really good coverage on this DIY. So just a matter of putting it on there. I kind of tear it when I get to the bottom until I cover the entire Christmas tree. Just trying to make sure everything is down flat. Now, these are the wood slices we're going to use today. Trying to remember how many packages I used. I think I ended up using 2, maybe 2.5 packages. We'll see here. And the Christmas tree that I saw that was made like this just had the wood slices coming out like this with the little edge exposed. So I just hot glue one on, overlapping the bottom of the tree just by the little ledge, right? That way it's going to kind of form the bottom, but I don't want any of the foam to be visible if possible. And I'm going to start working my way around the little cone shape by hot gluing them side by side, trying to get them all about the same length at the bottom, you know, where they'll match up and the Christmas tree will be level. And this is kind of like crafting with driftwood, a little bit like putting together a puzzle. So you might need to lay out some of yours so you can space them out properly and get them to fit here without too big of a gap. So I noticed there was a slight variation in the size, but This is how it looks like after one layer. I thought I was gonna have to go in and put some reinforcements underneath that to make it more stable, but you know what? I didn't need to. Actually, the whole project turned out really stable. I was really impressed. For this second layer, I'm gonna glue, just like I did before, to the little masking tape, but I'm also gluing to the row below it. I'm trying to alternate between the two, but going around, you're gonna have less and less, so it's gonna be impossible to keep that pattern going. But I just wanna kind of keep it random if I can, the pattern between that row and the row underneath of it. So I just start gluing these on, gluing it to the masking tape and then gluing it to the wood underneath of it. And it's probably one reason why this ended up so strong and sturdy at the end is that I was gluing wood to wood so much. So I got our second row complete, and I did open a third package, but I don't think I ended up using all of these. So you don't need too many of them. I absolutely love these things. The wood slices. I went ahead and pulled some hot glue around all the openings there while I could get to them. And then we're going to start with the third row, repeating the same pattern. By now, I'm a pro. So I was putting glue on the tip and putting glue towards the base of each one, where it will line up perfectly to glue it to both surfaces. And again, just making sure that I can get that to fit. And trying to clean up any excess hot glue, any stringing hot glue as I go. And again, I'm going to pull a little bit of hot glue in each little gap just to make it a little bit stronger. And we can start here with row number 4. This actually really didn't take me very long to put together, and I absolutely love how it turned out. All the supplies were from the Dollar Tree, and it looks so high end. I was so impressed with it. So as you can see, since I'm getting more towards the tip, I am using less every time around. And so I'm going to kind of map them out like 3 at a time here to kind of see what I can get to fit. I was trying to go with 3 of my skinniest ones, and I finally found 3 that will work, and just continue hot gluing those on. Now, the cone, the styrofoam cone from Dollar Tree doesn't have a very sharp tip at the top of it. I don't know why they're like that, but I'll show you what I do to kind of get around that. So again, I just pulled hot glue in my gaps to make it stronger, and we're gonna start on this row. This is gonna be like our second to last row, and we're just going all the way to the top of the foam here. The last kind of surface we kind of have to attach it to. And again, trying to find the perfect ones that are going to fit. A little bit of trial and error, and hot glue on those last couple pieces. I think I found a good combination, and we glued that straight on. Again, I'm going to pull the glue around. Now, at this point, I was kind of like, can I just glue to the wood below it? Because I do need a tip for my Christmas tree. I need it to all come together at the top. So I'll show you what I ended up doing. I'm going to start with one, just gluing it straight to the wood. And then I was like, you know what? I really do need something to glue it against. So I just took a little foam ball. It could be anything. It's way too big. So I'm just going to cut it down to size. And you could use a little piece of wad of paper, just whatever you have. You're just going to need some kind of tip here, just something to glue the wood to provide a little stability up here on the top. So I just glue that to the very top of my foam cone, and then I glue that wood slice directly to it. And then we're going to kind of continue the same thing that we were doing before, making sure that we get all of the wood to come together here. So I'm trying to see exactly how many I can fit around here. And as you can see, I guess probably 2.5 packages of those wood slices to do the side tree. Then for the center, I just pull some more glue in there to make it super strong. And then I had a small gap, and there was actually a broken little wood slice on one of my packages, so I thought I might as well just take advantage. And I took that little broken wood slice and just put it right inside to fill in my gap on the top of my tree. And this is how it turned out. Little wood slice Christmas tree. I think it's so beautiful. The natural wood color, just leaving it raw wood like this. really goes with like the Scandinavian Christmas feel. And it's going to look so beautiful with all of my coastal Christmas decorations as well. So this is how it turned out, my little wood slice Christmas tree. I think it looks very professional. And everything, of course, was from the Dollar Tree. So probably about $5. The $1.25 throws me off to put this together, but I absolutely love how it turned out. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know about memberships. I've introduced them on my channel. It's $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime and you get early ad-free access to my videos. Okay, the next DIY, this might be my favorite. I found an old piece of driftwood at the beach. I just needed something straight. If you don't have any driftwood, you could always use a stick or even like a plunger handle or something like that. You just need something straight across the top. And then we're going to use some of the little wood slice ornaments from the Dollar Tree. Now, these are the actual ornaments that have holes already drilled in them, but you could also use their ones that don't have the holes drilled in them because we're actually going to have to drill more holes in them to do this DIY. I want to do a really beautiful Scandinavian wall hanging for Christmas with the wood feel. We're going to have the wood slices. We're going to have the macrame cord, and we're going to have some Christmas greenery. So I saw a couple projects I really liked, and I kind of combined them together to get something that was perfect. So they already have a hole on one side of them for the ornament hanger. So I just go in with my drill. And I'm going to put a hole in the other side and making sure that their hole was drilled plenty large so that I can get that Dollar Tree macrame cord through easily. I'm going to do a total of 3 of these ornaments, so 1 whole package for the middle of this one, and then I'm going to do 2 more on each side. How many you need kind of depends on how long you want yours to be and how wide you want it to be. You can always make it wider. I'm going to do just 3 columns of the little wood slices. So I'm going to do 2, 3, 2 is my pattern because I want it to be longer in the middle to hang down for like my macrame wall hanging. So I got all of my wood slices drilled, and I'm going to use a combination of this beautiful greenery and just wood beads. So this is called snow greenery. I got this from the Dollar Tree this year, and we're just going to kind of cut this down. I want to leave some of the stem on this, and we can use that to tie up to the macrame cord to make this beautiful wall hanging. I think this turned out so beautiful. I mean, it is Christmas, but it is something that you could leave up all winter long. I really think it just, the colors and everything just goes together so well. So I have 2 packages of the snow greenery. I'm going to go ahead and cut it all down. I end up not using it all. Some of them have 1 piece of greenery on it, and some have 2. So I'm kind of mapping out what I want to use. I was thinking I was going to do like a total of 1 on each side, right? And then 2 on the ends. I ended up using a total of 4, even though I started here thinking that I was going to use a total of 6. Now, this is the Dollar Tree macrame cord. It comes in several different packages. I don't know if they're different links or not. This is the one that was just in a bundle. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. And I love crafting with this. It is so great. If you can't find the macrame cord, you could probably use white yarn and get a pretty close replication to this. But what I'm going to do is just kind of make a needle end by using hot glue and then just molding that when it gets dry to make a little hard surface. So it's going to make it easier to thread through everything I need to thread through for this. I'm just using some wood beads for my stash. You can get wood beads like this from the Dollar Tree. And you could totally use those as well. So the first thing I did was string a bead on, and then I'm going to go through my little wood slice and then back through it, bringing it through to the front. When I ended up displaying mine, I had it where the macrame yarn that goes through it is on the back, so you don't really see that part. So you mostly see a wood slice. Then I'm going to put on another wood bead. The width of the hole in the wood beads was nice and tight up against my macrame cord, so I didn't really have to tie any knots to be able to kind of keep that where I want it. And so for now, it's great because I can just kind of move that around. I did another wood slice and another wood bead, and then we're gonna finish it up with the third wood slice. It was pretty easy to thread that through. Then I'm gonna wrap that around the center of my piece of driftwood here and just tie that off in a simple knot, letting that hang down to the center of our little piece, cutting off the excess twine. Make sure you get your knots tied tightly because you don't want this to fall apart. Now, once I have that, I kind of figure out how long I want it to be, and I'm gonna make a very small tassel because it's only one piece of cord here in the bottom by tying a knot and then just unraveling and combing out the macrame cord to form a little tassel. These are very small tassels. You could always make larger ones. I didn't really want to take away too much from the overall design of this one, so we're going to leave that as so, just kind of cutting it off into a little tassel. So we have our first piece done, and we can keep on going. The only thing I don't like about the macrame cord in that package is it does get a little tangly. So I'm going to start a new piece here by hot gluing the end, just like we did before, and we're going to repeat the same pattern. So I did a wood bead, a wood slice, and then we're going to do another wood bead and then our second wood slice. This one's going to go over on the left side of our wall hanging, and I want it to hang just like that. So I just put it around my driftwood piece again, double knotting that at the top and cutting off my excess line. Then I'm going to use my first one as reference to see how long I want my tassel to be. And I'm going to do the knot in the same place. And then I can kind of measure and cut that down to size. Then just like before, I'm just going to unravel all the extra macrame cord and comb it out into a little mini tassel. So we have our first two wood slice rows done. And so it's going to gradually be shorter on each side and then work its way down to a point in the middle, which works really well for a wall hanging like this. And we're going to do the same thing here on the other one. So I just grab my macrame cord again. I don't cut it in advance. I kind of leave it all attached so I can make it whatever size I need it to be. And I do a wood bead and a wood slice. Some of the wood slices are kind of thick and chunky like this one. If I couldn't get it to go through, I just used a little Cricut weeder to kind of help push it through a little bit, and that seemed to help. And a wood bead and another wood slice. Then we're going to tie this one off on the driftwood as well, trying to keep it evenly spaced. That's when I kind of realized, you know, I'm probably going to have room for about 5 of the greenery there because I don't want it too far close to the edges. And I'm going to just tie a knot, trim it down to size, and unravel and comb this little mini tassel as well. It's going to be worth it, all this effort. This DIY turned out so pretty. I love it. I can't wait to put this up this year. Now for the next one, I'm going to go ahead and take my macrame cord and just tie the knot to the top, just like we did before. And this is going to hold the little Christmas greenery. So I'm just going to cut off a length of that and then go in. I'm going to use the ones that have the 2 greenery on it to make it a little bit fuller. And I'm just going to simply tie a knot on the stem of my greenery, and it's going to hang straight down. So I double knot that to make that secure. And how simple is that, right? We're going to do the same thing here on the other side, and I'm making it where it's going to fall a nice length in between the 2 wood slices on each side. So I want this one to be about the same place. So I just tied that on, trimmed it down to size, double knotted the greenery here, and you can always slide that up and down if you need to kind of get that to hang properly. That's when I decided I can only do a total of, I guess, 4. I don't know why I was saying 5. And I'm just going to knot more of the macrame cord here on the top. As you can see, I really don't have much more room on this piece of driftwood. And then I want that to hang down a little bit higher than the wood slice next to it. So I cut my macrame cord down and just knot this. And again, this is super forgiving if you don't get it on there exactly the right size. You can always readjust later if you need to. And we're going to do the same thing here on our final row. Just double knotting the macrame cord to the top, trimming that down to size, making a knot, and tying this one off. So no bright colors or anything like that with the Scandinavian Christmas decor. I really love the Hygge feel of decor, all this natural wood and the greenery and the whites and stuff like that. I think this kind of matches everything that has to do with that style. Now for the top, we're going to use the same macrame cord, and I just wrap it around here at the end, trying to tie it nice and tight to keep everything else on so it won't slide off the end. Cut off a long piece of that, pull it on the other side. We're going to tie it off over here too. Now, make sure you get these super tight. I only double tied mine and they felt like they were kind of loose. So I did go back and triple tie mine to make sure that those stay in place. But that was the final step of our little wood slice and greenery wall hanging for Christmas. I absolutely love how this turned out. So let me show you how it looks hanging up. Those wood slices from the Dollar Tree are absolutely gorgeous. And combined with the greenery, it's just so subtle and beautiful for Christmas decor. And I like the little accents of the wood beads as well. It really kind of goes with the feel of it. But isn't that lovely? I absolutely loved how this DIY turned out. Okay, next DIY. Look at this. Dollar Tree redesigned these signs that I'm always complaining about. They fixed the hanger to make it where you can hang it on the back. And they use nails now. So the back is actually attached and you don't have to like restaple it on. So Dollar Tree, if you're watching, thank you for fixing those signs. I love it. And then I made a printable design and I will be sure to share this with you. I went to AI and I said, I want you to design me a Scandinavian folk art Christmas print, right? But I want it to be like blue colors on a white background, and I want it to be sea creatures. And I thought, there is no way AI is going to come up with something cool. And look at this cool Christmas tree it designed for me. It's beautiful, like Scandinavian folk art style. There's little fish, seashells, little fun touches like that. And I just printed mine out on an 8.5 by 11 regular size piece of cardstock to make it extra sturdy for Mod Podging it onto a Dollar Tree sign. And that sign is about 8.5 inches wide inside the frame. So I just had to trim it down a little bit to get it to fit. I don't care if there is a small border around the side. It has a wood frame, so that's going to be perfect. So this DIY couldn't be any easier. Basically, you're going to print out your printable if you like the cool design, the sea creature Scandinavian folk art. I'm going to put a rather thick layer of Mod Podge on the back of the Dollar Tree sign. And then we can just lay the cardstock right on top. I like using cardstock because you don't get any of the wrinkling with your Mod Podge. It makes everything go so quickly. You don't have to wait for the Mod Podge under it to dry before Mod Podging the top. And it's just so easy. I just pick up cardstock by the ream at Target. Really easy to find as well. And then I just go over the top of it with another layer of Mod Podge, sealing that down, kind of giving it like a painting, a feeling, and a really nice matte texture. I'm using the matte Mod Podge. And we're just going to leave the frame, the wood. That's going to go well with the Scandinavian style. And I was really impressed with AI for making this cool image. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. But you can see there's like little fish. And there's seashells, and it's just really beautiful. It's Christmas, it's blues. I love this. So I'll be sure to include the free printable below for you so that you can recreate this piece. And if you can't find this sign at the Dollar Tree, you could always put this on just about whatever you have. And this is how it turned out. I told you this one was going to be easy. Look at that beautiful folk art style with all of the little Christmas ornaments and snowflakes, and then a few sea creatures and things thrown in there as well, just for fun. I love it, and it was so simple to make. This is going to look great with my decor this year. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know about my Facebook group. I have it linked in the description below. We would love to see what you're crafting over there, and you'll find out when I'm posting new videos. I also have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, and my handle is Crafty Beach on YouTube, and I would love to see you over there. back to the DIYs. For the next one, I wanted to do a wood bead snowman wreath. So I picked up a wood bead wreath from the Dollar Tree. And then I wanted a smaller size for the head. So I picked up a 3-pack of just the wire reforms. And this is the smaller one because I wanted the head of the snowman to be a little smaller. So it's super easy to break that in half right at its welding point. And I'm going to make my own little wood bead wreath, just a smaller size to coordinate with the one that I got at the Dollar Tree. So I'm actually just using Dollar Tree wood beads. These are the ones that are already strung together, but you know, they have these in packages too. And it's almost the same size as the wood beads that they used on theirs. And so I think it's going to go really nice together. I was thinking of like a Scandinavian design because it's going to be like natural wood colors, and then we can add some greenery and some fun touches to it. It's just going to be very subtle snowman wall hanging, or you could use this as a wreath. So it's just a matter of covering this entire little wreath form with wood beads. When I got to the end, I wasn't sure if I should fill it all the way up or leave a small gap. And I decided to leave a small gap. It's going to make it easier to gather the wreath form back together. So as you can see, there was kind of room for one more wood bead, but we're going to use the 2 wires coming together there and kind of marry those together. So I'm just going to start with taking a piece of twine. And then I'm also going to use hot glue. So it's going to be hot glued together and it's going to be tied together to keep that together. I tie a double knot, and then I can use that same twine to tie it where the wreath form comes together here on the larger wood bead wreath. That's going to be the body of my snowman. If you wanted a 3-piece snowman, you could keep going and do another one of those wood bead wreaths, but it's going to end up being pretty long. So depends on how big you want your snowman to be. I think 2 is going to be plenty for mine. So that was super easy to attach those together. Now we just need to figure out how to design a snowman hat and like little snowman arms. So I picked up just a craftwood square from the Dollar Tree, and I have a Dollar Tree wood ruler that I thought we could use for the brim to make a classic looking snowman hat. Now, all you have to do is peel the stickers off on these, and you have a great piece of wood that you can always cut down to size. So I just peeled the stickers off mine, took mine to my saw, cut it down into the right size, and now it's just a matter of trying to put this together. Now, I'm going to show you how I did it. I ended up doing something different, but my first attempt, I was going to put the hanger at the top like that, and I wanted my snowman hat to kind of tilt off to the side. I ended up changing the style because it just physically didn't work like I thought it would, but I'll take you through all the steps. So I'm just going to drill a couple holes in my little craft wood from Dollar Tree so that I can string that to my wood bead wreath for the head of the snowman. And again, I wanted mine to tilt, so I thought I could kind of put it off to the side here, and I'll kind of show you why it doesn't work. I put twine through each one of my holes that I drew on there, and then I just tied that to my wood bead wreath. Now, I wasn't sure if this was going to work because is that going to be like stay against the wall or the door, or is it going to kind of fold forward? I went ahead and attached like the brim of my hat, thinking that if I glued the 2 together, that would make it plenty stable. But then I took it and tried to hang it up, and it wasn't real stable. So we're going to have to slightly change the design of the snowman, and I'll show you what I did to fix him. So this is me deciding, yeah, plan B. I don't think he's going to be able to have a tilted hat. He's going to have a straight hat. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I already kind of did that, so I left it in. You know, not all of our plans always work, but I can also show you what I did to fix it. So I just took everything apart. We're going to go in here again, and we're going to string it directly to the top of the snowman. That way we can make that the hanging piece for the entire wreath. And it actually turned out really cute, even though it wasn't what I originally designed. I'm going to find the middle of this piece of wood to drill a hole so we can make a hanger. And so I just kind of measured it, drilled a hole in there. That way, that's going to be nice and centered. And we're going to kind of put it together the same way, except the snowman's going to be wearing his hat straight. And I actually liked it better that way. So do it this way, not the way I did it. So again, I'm going to take some Dollar Tree twine and just string this in. I have the brown and white twine, but you can use whatever you've got. I just happen to have this on my work desk. And then I'm trying to count how many wood beads I have so I can try to get this on evenly. I found that if you count it more than once, you get a different number every time. So I'm trying again to see if I have it on there right, because it did not look right. And you know what? I did not have it on there right. So I'm going to kind of rearrange it and then tie that off, make sure everything's the center. Pull all of my twine to the back of the wreath so you won't be able to see any of that, right? And then double knot it, and that I can trim off the excess twine back there. I'm actually doing the voiceover for this DIY video in the Keys right now. We're in Marathon celebrating my son's 19th birthday. We're having so much fun here, but I had the video done, but it didn't have the voiceover done. So I wanted to get this up this weekend for y'all so you can have some more Christmas content. So I am finishing this video off down here. I'm just going to now go ahead and take the ruler, glue that to our little snowman sign. And I just tied a simple knot for the hanging, for the hanger at the very top. And we have the structure of the snowman. Now it's going to be just the simple round shapes for the head and the body, but I wanted them to have little snowman arms. So this is the greenery we used for our wall hanging from Dollar Tree, and it's already wired. So I just put that around my wreath form in between two wood beads, stringing that around, and it's going to stick out to the side like little greenery arms for our snowman. And it actually worked really well. It was super easy. I'm going to again count my wood beads so I can get my little arms even. And I'm just going to wrap the wire around the wire from the wreath form. And we have two little arms. That could not be easier, and it goes perfect with the Scandinavian style. Now, I picked up this eucalyptus at the Dollar Tree that I think is so beautiful too. This is in with their Christmas greenery as well. It has the beautiful eucalyptus, and it's got like little flowers on it as well. I thought this would be the perfect thing to decorate like the neck of the snowman. You could always do a scarf, but I kind of wanted to go with the greenery effect so it'll just be like greenery and wood on the snowman. And I love the contrast. It's so beautiful together. So I just take a 2-piece of the leaves that are attached together. I'm going to go ahead and leave all my leaves attached together and just glue that to my wood beads, and we're going to decorate the little neck of the snowman. I want to kind of fill it in like you would do like the bottom of a wreath or something like that, but again, it's going to also serve to kind of cover that area of the snowman between the two little body parts. So I'm just kind of feeling it out. I don't want it to be super symmetrical, so I glued on 2 more of the 2 leaves, and then I'm going to glue another one on here, kind of mixing up which direction it's going and stuff like that. I want it to look kind of random and not super symmetrical down here. And then gluing the little flower in as well. And the colors on that eucalyptus go so well with the colors on the greenery that we use there for the little snowman arms. So I like it. I think it's really pretty, but I think it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to take a few more off. And the easiest way to do this is just to pull it off of the greenery. It comes apart really easily. You don't need to cut it or anything like that. And I'm just going to kind of build this out a little bit more, gluing them to each other and also gluing them to the wood bead wreath there. Just so it's nice and full. Kind of like that. I thought about making it come down like a scarf, but I thought I might not be able to pull that off. We're going to make it just the neck area. So just a few more little pieces here until I'm happy with it. And I thought maybe one more over here. And basically that's all there is to it. We're going to leave the wood natural color for the hat and for the wood beads. It goes with the Scandinavian Christmas decor. It goes with my coastal decor as well. And it turned out so cute. I haven't decided if I'm going to use this indoor or outdoor. Since everything's tied together with twine, I don't see why it would not hold up well outdoor. I do have a white door though, so I don't know if it's gonna have, I think it might look better on my tan, like brownish walls in my home. But this is our little snowman. Isn't he so adorable? I absolutely love him. Okay, the next DIY, we're gonna take a couple of just the chunky wood houses from the Dollar Tree. I tried to pick up two that were different. One's taller, has a chimney, and one is wider, shorter. And we're gonna do some little Scandinavian Christmas inspired houses. I've seen these for sale a lot where it's kind of like a real wood with like a beautiful design painted on it with white. So we're gonna try to recreate with Dollar Tree. So Antique Wax by Waverly I think is gonna be way too dark. So I start by mixing it with water to dilute it down to make the stain lighter. Now, since these are going to be like little chunky houses that I can sit around in my Christmas decor, you're going to be able to see them from the front. You're going to be able to see them from the side. So I'm going to have to go in and stain all the surfaces. But as you can see, since they are made out of real wood, they're going to stain beautifully. And I just go over the front of it with my diluted stain and wipe off the excess with a paper towel. And I will have to go ahead and try to stain the sides as well. Just kind of cleaning those up with a paper towel as I go. Now, this is going to be the front side, so I'm going to go ahead and do my most perfect stain on this side. So I do this one last. And I stained it. I found that this side, they didn't stain quite as dark as I wanted, so I just added a little bit more Antique Wax by Waverly into my water to make it a little bit darker of a stain, and I was happier with that because I wanted something that would contrast with the white paint. Now, I thought about going on my Cricut and making a really intricate Scandinavian design of a house, but I thought, let's be creative and make it ourselves. So I'm just using a white paint pen. I'm using Posca. They're my favorite paint pens. I have them linked in my Amazon shop below. You can get them on at Target, but I find that they're cheaper on Amazon. So be sure to check those out if you're in the market for paint pens because they work so well. And I use white all the time, so this is probably my favorite one. So I'm using some references online for how I kind of want my house to set up. I kind of Googled an image of little Scandinavian wooden houses, and I just drew a simple door on and some simple windows. And my windows were not perfectly level with each other, but hey, this is going to be like folk art, right? We're going to make our own thing. I'm just going to go over it, making sure everything is nice and bold and white. And then I'm going to do a line here using a ruler for the top of my little house. And you can decorate yours however you wanted. I thought I had plenty of room here under the window, so I did two little triangular like Christmas trees and then some smaller ones next to it. That really goes with the Scandinavian feel. And then I decided to do a little snowflakes. I'm going to do little hanging snowflakes on this one. So I did a larger one on this one, and I kind of looked online, kind of see a good design for a snowflake. And then I'm going to do like just some little zigzags here. I thought that would be cute on the roof. And then we'll fill out the front of the house with some smaller snowflakes as well, with like little strings, like little hanging snowflakes on the front of our little Scandinavian house. I did another line, and then I did triangles in my pattern on the roof. They kind of represent a Christmas tree. I did polka dots to represent snow, some smaller little snowflakes, and even a little heart I thought would be cute on the chimney. I finish it off with some more dots to kind of make it look like snow, and then I just traced around the borders of mine, so you can really have fun with these and put whatever you want on them. Again, if you want them to be perfect, you could always make a stencil with your Cricut, but I think half the fun of this DIY was kind of coming up with my own pattern. So that is the first house. We're going to display these together. I think these are going to look great displayed with like little green Christmas trees, like little bottle brush trees. I think that would be so pretty together. Or some like more sculptural cone-shaped ones from like the Target Dollar Spot or something like that. Now for our little second house, I'm going to do a little bit different style door, like a little fancy window here on top. And I decided to mix it up on this one. I decided to do just one window, and then we could do like trees on the other side. That way we can make them bigger. And I just did two different styles of trees and a Scandinavian pattern. I did a little window for the attic, and then I decided to decorate the roof of this one with like a simple triangular Christmas tree shape. So I just did little Christmas trees all over, just kind of randomly, filling that in with little dots to represent snow. And I just keep decorating it. I did zigzags, and then I did stars. That kind of reminds me of Christmas too, right here in front of the house. And a few more dots for snow. And we're going to sketch out the sides of this one too with my paint pen just to kind of outline it and give little trunks to all my trees and kind of make my zigzags a little bit sharper. But how fun was this? I loved making these myself. I'm so glad that I decided to freehand it instead of going with a pattern because they are uniquely my own. But again, if you need inspiration, you can use mine, or you can go online and find some of these for sale and kind of design yours accordingly. Kind of did my own thing, but I used like little pieces from different ones that I found online. Just going to kind of update my stain here on the side. This side of them is the only part that I found was a little bit harder to stain properly. But otherwise, I'm super happy with them. So we have two of the little Scandinavian Christmas little wood houses. The natural wood and the white totally goes with the theme. And I think it's really cute to get more than one, to get them in different sizes. You could do a whole village of these if you had room for them in your Christmas decor. And if you had some littles that wanted to get involved with a DIY project for Christmas, I think they would really have fun with this one. Just very minor art skills required. That is mine. Okay, it's time for the Crafty Beach giveaway. My subs have been way down lately, so I want to get more subscribers. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to subscribe to my channel to be entered in this giveaway. What am I giving away? 20 of these little coral Christmas trees. I know a lot of you guys have had trouble finding them. I want you to have plenty of them to be able to do some of my DIYs. I've made wreaths, I've made trees, I've made tree signs with them. So you're going to get 10 2-packs. All you have to do to enter is be subscribed and then enter the word coral somewhere in your comment down below this video. I'm going to be searching for the word coral and doing a drawing. The only rules are that you have to live in the United States, continental United States, and be 18 years old, be subscribed to the channel, and you're in the contest. And I will do the drawing on Wednesday so that you have plenty of time to get entered into that, and good luck. Okay, for the next Scandinavian Christmas DIY, I found these great glass bottles with little lights in them on the cork at Dollar Tree. These are new. I've never seen these before. They have them in colored glass as well, but I wanted clear glass because I wanted to do like a traditional Scandinavian Christmas decor piece. So I'm not going to need the little corks with the lights on them, but I'm totally saving those for another DIY because that's a great small battery pack. Now, this is a tradition in a Scandinavian Christmas decor. They take clear glass bottles and greenery. You can use real greenery from Christmas trees if you have it. I'm going to use what's left over from the greenery we were using earlier, and I'm just going to cut them into individual pieces and put those down inside the bottle. So you're going to have the combination of the clear glass, the greenery, and they put white candles in the top of them, and they put them in their windows for Christmas, is what I was reading. So I had one more, so I'm going to kind of shove that down inside one so that one looks a little bit different. You can see what it looks like when it's a little bit fuller, but how cool are these glass bottles? And they're the perfect size for these little emergency candles from the Dollar Tree. The little 4-hour candles, I thought this was going to work so well. You could always do it with a longer pillar candle, but I like the shorter ones. They're kind of short and stubby. They fit perfectly right inside the top of the glass bottle. All you got to do is kind of push those down right inside. And this DIY couldn't be any easier. I did a total of 3. I don't think I really have any windows to display them in, so I think I'm just going to display them with my Christmas decor. But look how beautiful and subtle that style is. I absolutely love how these turned out. And I love learning about like little Christmas traditions that you know, they do in other parts of the world. And again, I really love the Scandinavian style for Christmas. It just feels very simplistic and cozy. So this is how mine turned out. Let me show you how they look when I have the candles lit. They are all very securely in the top of those glass bottles. And so I'm not worried about them falling over or anything like that. And this is how they all look lit up for Christmas decor. I love it, and it's going to be super easy to change the candles out if I go ahead and burn all the way through them, but I love that DIY. Hey guys, you've made it all the way to the final reveal of today's video. Be sure to comment your favorite DIY in the comment below, and don't forget to enter the contest if you would like to be entered for the little coral Christmas trees. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and if you could hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. Okay, enjoy a look around the final reveal.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Here we go. All right.
Dance, dance,
Now this
dance,
Christmas, we're gonna dance.
we're gonna
Okay.
dance, dance, dance,
Come on.
dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the
And I want to give a huge thank you to the following Crafty Beach Bum members. Thank you so much for supporting my channel: to Karen O'Haran, Coastal Couple, Pamela Bergeron, I Am Mojo Jojo, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Sandra Ray, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Verna Nachtigall, Nancy Wunner, Julie Miller, Jan Zalata, Tammy Coates, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Whitney Harrison, Butterfly Mama, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, and Tina Kane. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you would like to join the membership and get early ad-free access to my videos, all you'd have to do is hit the join button on my YouTube channel. And again, it's $4.99 a month, and it's an easy way for you to support me here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you would like more DIYs from Crafty Beach, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this video right here.